Okay, y'all. If you are interested in true crime like me, you will definitely want to hear this story. It went global, so I know you've heard of it, but I will go into depth and detail with the story. But it's about Mitchell Blair, the evil, torturous, disgusted mom who bragged about abusing, then murdering her children. Listener discretion is advised. I'll meet you over there.
So we're here, and we're going to talk about the House of Horrors, the Stephen and Stony Blair story, the Mitchell Blair case. On March 24th, 2015, the movers went to Mitchell Blair's old home to remove her things for an eviction. At this time, they found human remains in a freezer. The remains belonged to Stony, age 13, and Stephen, age 9. Mitshell Blair was born May the 10th of 79 in Detroit, Michigan. She was a 35-year-old woman, and like most of us grew up in a impoverished neighborhood, and was allegedly SA'd by a neighbor and says her mom did nothing about it. Now listen, I didn't tell my mom for 8 years after it happened, but she didn't respond like I thought as well. But there was no way I would do the things that Michelle did. Now, she has 4 kids. The oldest is Gabrielle. She's 16. Stoney was 13. Stephen's 9. And Matthew was 6. Listener discretion is advised, and I may say something you may not like, and that's your disclaimer. So on August the 16th, 2012, Mitchell came home from work or wherever she was, and Gabrielle met her at the door, telling her to be quiet and to look at what Matthew was doing. Matthew was playing with his dolls on the couch, and he was putting the dolls together in a sexual position and began to symbolize hygiene. Michelle said she asked Matthew why he was doing this. She said Matthew said, I don't know at first, but after constantly badgering him, he then said, Stephen. From that day forward, which was, again, August 16th until August the 30th, Stephen, poor thing, was tortured 24 hours a day for an action that Michelle herself never witnessed. Never witnessed. Michelle said that she poured extremely hot water onto Stephen's skin until it began to peel and you seen his red insides. She also said that she would beat him in the head with a wooden slack-looking stick repeatedly. She said she choked him with a leather belt daily as well until he would lose consciousness. But he would always come back too. She would starve him as well as barely let him drink water even from the toilet. Made him drink Windex instead, actually. Stephen died from the belt being wrapped around his neck too long this time, and from her picking him up from the floor using all of her strength for the last time. Now, y'all, Stephen is 9 years old. Even if these allegations are correct, Stephen is a baby, only 3 years older than the child that's supposed to have been S8. I think this is very ridiculous, but I'm going to keep on going. She showed no remorse at all. killed him, put him in the freezer, wrapped him up. Boom, it's over. So at the time that Matthew was being sexual with his dolls, there was no talk of Stoney essaying him or Stephen. But some way 9 months later, Stoney is now being tortured because she was allegedly essaying both the boys. The mother, or whatever, the demon, says that she believes Stoney essayed Stephen, which made Stephen essay Matthew. All is alleged, none of it's been proven. So, okay, 9 months later, Stoney is now being tortured. I do not believe this shit. It just makes no actual sense to me that Stormy knew what happened to Steven. She knew why it happened to Steven. And you mean to tell me the essay was so good she would continue? Mitshell Blair, that lady is just freaking evil. She said Stormy was scalded just like Steven with hot water. She said she stopped her. She repeatedly punched her in the face. She hit her in the head repeatedly with a wood stick. She kicked her in her tailbone while she lay on the floor. And on the last day of Stoney's torture, which was May the 25th, she took a Kroger bag and she strangled Stoney until she had no more breath. Now, again, Stoney was 13. There, at this time, if you unalive Stephen and now you come up with this allegation, seemed like to me you would have thought of a lie detector, call, law enforcement, and, try to find out, are these things true? Because you didn't witness Stephen, you didn't witness Tony, but you're telling us that Matthew's saying that they essayed him. Okay. So, also, the surviving 2 children were interviewed by detectives. Both of the children, Gabriel and Matthew, say they were beat and tortured with extension cords as well as burned with hot irons. So what was that for? They're not saying anybody. What was that for? I'll tell y'all the whole just poured in Delta syrup. Mark my word. So Mitshell Blair, y'all, Rocky Bullwick looking ass, pled guilty proudly to premeditated murder in the first degree. And she said boldly that she will most certainly do it again, that her children are demons, in which she's the one that's the demon. She was sentenced to life with no parole, which I was rooting for, death row. That demon needs to lay it TF down. So yes, of course, I know y'all heard bits and pieces of this story. Can y'all believe this woman? Do y'all have anything you can add to this story? What sentence do you think she should have gotten? Because I'm screaming death row. Honestly, a lot of people might say she should live, and, well, when they get on death row, nobody dies instantly. Death row is, they don't eat like the other population. They are solitary, alone in a cell. Yeah, I was rooting for death row. But my final thoughts is, before the torture began, Mitshell had put all her children on homeschool. Now, I have done a lot of stories, and most of the stories begin with homeschool, which leads me to say I think there should be homeschool stipulations. There should be at least 2 visits a month to these homes to check on these children. If that was in place, these children would be with foster parents, and they would not be in graves. Now, it is proven that demons are living among us daily because Mitshell Blair is that. If you can murder two of your children and continue to torture the two that are alive and have them in the home with your other two children in the freezer and they know they are dead. Yeah. Shit. This woman tortured her children on a daily basis with no remorse. Her life was sorry. She tortured those children because her life was pitiful. She was lazy. She was a beggar. Nobody wanted to be with her, and she did not care to work. The men that she chose to father her children were incarcerated and wasn't helping, and she's dropping. But damn it, 73% of America can relate, and we're not torturing our children.
Starting from the beginning, when I found out about what Stoney was doing, it was 9 months later after finding out about Stephen. So for the whole 9 months we were in the house, she was still raping my child. I did not know that. When I first found out, after told me, I took a minute because I was not understanding, what was, that she did that to him. But I repeatedly punched her on many occasions. My son, I told him to tell me every single thing that she did to him. So as she was telling me, he was telling me more and more things that she did. I assaulted her every time he told me what she did to him. By assault, I mean I punched her. I have put a bag over her head till she lost consciousness. I threw hot water on her, scalding hot water from the faucet.
Did you hit her in the head with a stick?
Yes, I hit her on her head multiple times, over and over.
Was that shortly before she died?
That was actually days before she died and the day she died.
Okay.
I hit on her back. It's like on her tailbone. I kicked her.
Okay, I just want to clarify a few things. And perhaps you don't know, but did this happen on or about May 25th, 2014? To the
May
best of your recollection?
25th is actually the day she died. Well, the day I killed her.
And you said you killed her by putting a grocery bag over her head?
Yes, that day would tell me different things because she was doing this to him for years. And I did not know that. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't find out till 9 months later. She had started with Stephen. She ruined my son, okay? She started with Stephen before he even started. So, yes, I put a bag over her head, but it got worse that day. Yes, I did. It got worse that day because he would tell me how she would take her pad, her menstrual pad, and squeeze her blood out in his mouth. Okay? And it was over with after that. It was over with.